You wake up every morning to the same eerie knock on your door. But today, something is different. The knock. It doesn't stop. It's louder, more insistent. You open the door and find yourself staring at your own terrified face. Welcome to a world where time loops and parallel universes aren't just theories, but a terrifying reality. The story begins in a small, fog-drenched town called Hollow Creek. The kind of place where the streetlights flicker like dying fireflies, and the wind whispers secrets you wish you'd never hear. Our protagonist, Mia, is a young woman with no memory of her past beyond the last 48 hours. She wakes up every day in the same room, the same bed, the same cold dread crawling up her spine. Each morning, the clock resets to exactly 7:15 a.m., the moment she opens her eyes. Outside her window, the town is stuck in a perpetual dusk, shadows stretching unnaturally long. The sky is a bruised purple, and the air tastes like metal. Mia's only companion is a mysterious journal she finds beneath her pillow, filled with frantic handwriting, entries she didn't write but somehow understands. The journal speaks of loops, of timelines bleeding into one another, and warns of a dark presence trapped between worlds. On the third loop, Mia decides to leave her home. The streets are deserted, yet she senses eyes watching her from every cracked window and shadowed alley. As she walks, she notices subtle changes. A flicker in the street sign, a distorted reflection in a shattered mirror. The same man in a dark coat following her at a distance, but vanishing when she turns. She reaches the old clock tower, the heart of Hollow Creek, where time itself seems fractured. The tower's hands spin wildly, defying logic. Inside, she finds a door that wasn't there before, covered in strange symbols glowing faintly blue. Pushing it open, Mia steps into a parallel version of her town. Brighter, yet eerily silent. Here, she sees herself again, living a life she doesn't remember, smiling with a man she doesn't know. But this version of Mia looks haunted, her eyes hollow. Suddenly, the two Mias lock eyes. The other Mia mouths a warning. Break the loop or be trapped forever. Mia turns to flee, but the door slams shut. The dark figure in the coat appears behind her, whispering, "Every choice creates a new prison. Which will you choose?" Desperate, Mia smashes the journal against the floor. The pages burst into flames, yet the fire is cold, freezing her in place. Time fractures violently around her. Moments from other loops flash like lightning. Screams, laughter, tears, and shadows merging into one horrifying tapestry. As the chaos subsides, Mia finds herself back in her bed, the clock striking 7:15 a.m. once more. But something has changed. The journal is gone. Instead, a note lies on her pillow, written in her own handwriting. "Remember who you are." The screen fades to black, leaving the question lingering. Is Mia the prisoner maker, or both? And if you were caught in a loop like hers, would you fight to escape or surrender to the endless cycle? Because in Hollow Creek, time isn't a line, it's a trap. But the story doesn't end there. Mia blinks, the note heavy in her hands. The handwriting is unmistakably hers, yet she has no memory of writing it. The words echo in her mind, stirring something deep within, a raw, unspoken truth. She rises from the bed, the room feeling different. The shadows in the corners seem less oppressive, the air less metallic. The window shows the same bruised purple sky, but now, faint rays of light peek through the clouds. Determined, Mia pockets the note and steps outside. The streets of Hollow Creek are still deserted, the fog thicker, curling around the lampposts like spectral fingers. She notices the subtle shifts again. The street sign now reads, "Welcome to Hollow Creek," instead of the usual cracked, faded letters. The shattered mirror is gone, replaced by a clean pane reflecting her face. Still haunted, but resolute. A soft breeze carries whispers, indistinct, but urgent. Mia senses the presence of the dark figure, but it remains at bay, lurking just beyond sight. Walking with purpose, Mia retraces her steps toward the clock tower. This time, the hands spin slower, as if hesitating. The strange door with glowing symbols stands open, inviting. Inside, the air hums with energy. The walls pulse with faint blue light, the symbols shifting and rearranging themselves. Mia approaches a pedestal in the center of the room where an ancient, ornate key rests. As her fingers close around it, memories flood back. Fragments of lives lived and lost, choices made and unmade. She recalls the loops, the other Mias, the dark presence that twisted time itself. Suddenly, the floor trembles. The dark figure materializes, its coat billowing as if caught in an unseen storm. The key to your freedom comes at a price, it intones. Unlock the past, and you unlock your chains. But beware, the truth may bind you tighter than the loop ever did. Mia nods, steeling herself. She turns the key in a hidden lock on the wall. A portal swirls open, revealing a kaleidoscope of timelines, moments where she made different choices, where the town changed, where the darkness took other forms. Stepping through, Mia finds herself in a memory, her own past, a life before the loops. She sees herself laughing with friends, dreaming of escape, unaware of the curse that awaited. But the memory shifts, darkening. Faces distort, shadows creep in. She watches as the dark figure approaches her past self, whispering promises of power and control. The chilling realization dawns. Mia and the dark figure are one and the same. Fragments of a fractured soul trapped between worlds. The portal closes behind her, leaving her in a void of swirling memories and possibilities. She understands now. Escaping the loop means confronting herself, embracing all parts of her being, even the darkness. With newfound resolve, Mia steps forward into the unknown, ready to rewrite her fate. Back in Hollow Creek, the clock tower stands silent. The hands are still, the town bathed in a gentle dawn light. The journal, now whole and unburned, rests on the pedestal, its pages filled with a single line. Time is not your enemy. Fear is. And somewhere, in the space between moments, Mia's voice whispers a promise. I will break the cycle. I will be free. The end is just the beginning.